Crystal Kranz, Marketing Manager from Cook Islands Tourism. It's wonderful to see you today, and I love your crown. My goodness, tell me all about your crown.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is called an ekatu, and it's a very traditional Cook Islands headpiece that you would wear to functions and events such as this, just to show a little bit of the island's warmth.
Fabulous. And is it quite difficult to make?
It's definitely a skill, and you can learn that when you visit the Cook Islands. There's heaps of programs at certain hotels and resorts that will teach you how to make an ekatu. Yeah. This one is a long life ekatu, so it is not fresh. Yeah. But yeah, you can either buy them at the markets on Saturdays or at some of the different shops around Rarotonga and Aitutaki, or you can make one out of the fresh flowers around the island.
Fabulous. Well, it does look wonderful. You look great in it, to say. Right. So, I mean, let's start with the best news that obviously the travel bubble is now opened with New Zealand. And so tell us how that's going.
Well, it's been so great. So our bubble with New Zealand has been open since the 17th of May, 2021, and it has just been so phenomenal. So we're finding that our agents in New Zealand are really excited about things. They're busy again. The consumers are really eating it up and just glad that they can travel somewhere outside of their country and Australia, and especially with opening in May, just right before the peak winter season. Yeah. It's just a great combination. So the island has been extremely busy, and we're noticing the Kiwi market is just really responding to the borders now being open.
Oh, I bet. You know, you can kind of send you a bit stir crazy after a while. So how are you welcoming new travelers? I mean, do you have any, is it masks? Do you have masks going on? Are there tests that you have to do? Or, how are you managing the bubble?
The key things that we're saying to Kiwis wanting to travel to the Cook Islands is that we are open. There's no quarantine in either country. Yeah. As long as you've been resident in New Zealand for 14 days, on that 15th day, you can travel to the Cook Islands without taking a test or having a vaccination. Okay. And, knowing as well that you can legally return to New Zealand. So I do have some people on certain visas that are asking that question. The best thing to do is to go to New Zealand immigration for that. Sure. But yeah, I guess we just wanted things to be really easy, but also safe. So we closed our borders in mid-March of last year. Wow. And so we're very fortunate to have remained COVID-free to date. Mm-hmm. And so with that, we do also have some contact tracing. No cases. Never. Zero cases.
Yeah.
So we've got a few things in play just to make sure that the visitors and our population is safe. So one of them being, we've got Cook Safe, which is a QR code card system. So when you're on your arrival flight, you get this card with a QR code and you scan that into all of the businesses that you visit. Right. The locals are doing that as well. And then there's also the Cook Safe Plus app, which is a Bluetooth app that works just like, some of the other apps that you see in different countries, where it can kind of track when you've, been near other people and gone into contact with others. So that's two things that we're doing. And then I guess another big win for us is that over 95% of the Cook Islands population is now vaccinated. Oh. And by the end of the month, by the end of the month, our rollout will be complete. So it's all very exciting.
That's really good.
That extra, it's so positive. And that extra layer as well is the hotels, resorts, activity operators, restaurants, bars, cafes, they all have their health and safety policies that are, really to a good quality standard. So everyone going to the island feels really safe. And the only time you'll wear a mask is when you're on your flights. Right. So Air New Zealand, who's currently flying from Auckland to Rarotonga, do require that you wear a mask on your flight. Yeah. And then when you move on to our domestic flights as well. So that's the only time you wear a mask in the Cook Islands at the current alert level that we're in. And also, when you're on the island, things are business as usual and they feel really comfortable and safe, like what you would have had a holiday in 2019.
God, well, you are so ready. I mean, I speak to a lot of nations. You are really ready. 95% vaccinated. That must be
we're very fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were just featured in an article about it. So yeah, we're really proud to have that, and just really proud to see the community coming in and stepping up and
Yeah.
participating.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that means tourism truly can resume and normal life. And so that's fabulous. So well done on that. So during the pandemic, because obviously you have been shut a long time, which must be well, it's just awful to have to do that. What were there any kind of innovations or what were you busy doing while that was happening? Renovations, activity.
That's a big question that I'm asked is, while the borders have been shut, have you been collecting cobwebs? What do the hotels look like? Travel agents especially are asking, like, what's the state of things there? And it's really great that I can actually communicate to everyone that the hotels have been really busy working on upgrades, renovations, tidying up of the grounds and that sort of thing. So we've even opened a new hotel called Ocean Escape.
Oh, great.
So that's really exciting. Another property, Pacific Resort Rarotonga, before COVID was classified as a 4-star property. They've done so many renovations that it's a 4.5-star now.
Yeah.
The same at, the same at Little Polynesian.
Can you have a half a star?
Oh,
you could have a half a star.
It's just looking so ace, just some of the great things that they've done to upgrade the pool area.
Yeah.
To give the restaurants, new features and,
yeah.
just those little touches that, a popular resort doesn't always have time to implement. So a lot of the hotels and resorts around really took advantage of the time that they did have. And it was, a tough time. Like tourism is, our number one driver. But it was so great to see the businesses sort of take advantage of the time that they had and make something positive out of it and provide a really good experience, because we know that our visitors have been waiting to travel and they really want the holiday that they've been waiting for and deserve. And so, with what's been going on since the borders have been closed, we're really confident that that experience is being delivered, which is exciting. And some restaurants have been, updating their menus and doing some new exciting things, and activity providers have been creating new tours. And, these activity providers as well, they've still been operating their tours for locals. So I guess the key thing to take away is, people aren't rusty. There's no cobwebs around. It's all very, buzzy and exciting, and everyone's, thrilled to have visitors back on the island. And to kind of show off what we've been up to.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. How many visitors would you normally welcome in an average year?
2019 was our record year, and we were coming in with really strong numbers. So globally, we saw over 171,000 people to the islands.
Gosh.
So that was a huge record for us. The majority being from New Zealand. That's our key core market. And then second to that, Australia. So that's why that opening with New Zealand was so important for us.
Yeah, of course.
And then the next important thing is to see Australia open.
Right, of course. Yeah, I'm sure that's coming soon. It seems to be making progress. So that's good news. So you've also been busy creating some new online training all about the Cook Islands, haven't you? Which we've posted for OTT in Australia and the USA and the UK as well. So what made you decide to really put that all together?
Exciting working with you guys at OTT to get this launched, because for us, the education side with our travel agents is key. So we wanted to know that our borders were opening with the education in the market, because, a lot of travelers thinking about where they're going to go next will go to a travel agent and say, what's open, where can I go, and where is safe? And so we just felt like that education piece was critical in engaging with the trade, especially engaging with the trade that we know are still active and really engaged with, what's to come. And so we thought we would provide a training course that would provide that. And we've gotten some really good feedback. So it's very simple, our training. There's no fluff. we want to make sure that the agents are utilizing their time as best as they can, because everyone's got other things going on. And so we just ensured that the modules were exactly what you'd need to know to confidently book in a client to the Cook Islands, and also get some little perks along the way. So our specialists that take the specialist training program, for example, in Australia and New Zealand, get featured on our website under how to book. So that's another benefit, just to help these specialists really engage with our consumers that are already on the website with intent to travel. So we do that, and we've got some great trade resources on the OTT platform. So, if a travel agent is looking at their own holiday to the Cook Islands, we've got a list of suppliers that they can contact and see what sort of rates that they can secure and agent specials that they can get. So I guess we just really wanted to ensure everyone felt confident in selling the Cook Islands, and also had the resources that they needed to be able to do that and get a little bit of exposure as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's been great.
The consumers have had so many questions that if you're confident in answering them well, leads to confident travel, and information is knowledge and power, really, isn't it? And leads to sales. And
our travel agents, they're so important to us. They really are. They do so much for us. And so we just wanted to ensure that, we could do our part in giving them, the tools that they need to be able to do what they need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So just in finishing, tell me your favorite part of the Cook Islands.
Oh, that's so tough, because there's so many awesome things. Like, I feel so privileged to work for a destination that I'm actually really passionate about and I believe in. And I guess my favorite thing is the food, because I love to eat. But I do think what I love about the food is the variety, the quality, and how the value for money is. So the prices are like what you'd find in the CBD in Sydney or in Auckland. And so I think that was one of the most shocking and awesome things about the Cook Islands. And I think I love the fact that you can wake up every day and choose to do as much or as little as you like. There's so much to do, but you can also just really relax on the lagoon and enjoy your time. Activity wise, my favorite activity in Rarotonga is probably the sea scooter safari, and seeing the turtles and like huge spotted eagle rays and that sort of thing. And then my highlight is Aitutaki, which is our outer island. That's about 50 minutes from Rarotonga. And you can do that in a day tour, or you can spend a couple nights on there. But the blue of the lagoon is something that you can't even describe, and your photos don't even capture it. It's just the most insanely beautiful place I've ever seen. So yeah, there's heaps of things I could talk about, but those are probably my highlights.
Oh God, just the word lagoon is like, I just want to get there.
I would love to be there.
Wonderful, brilliant. Right, well, it's so lovely talking to you. I think it would be really amiss of us if we didn't at least play one of the auntie videos, because they are legendary. They are so excellent from the Cook Islands, and it makes me laugh every time. So if we will brighten up everyone's day by now playing the Cook Islands video. And in the meantime, I want to thank you so much, Crystal, for joining Online Travel Talks today, and wish you all the best with the great tourism recovery. It looks like you're well ahead, and you've already started strongly. So congratulations and well done. Thank you.
Well, thank you much. I really appreciate this. Bye.
Bye.
Kia ora! Kia ora! Kia ora! Kia ora!